Okay, this is it. We're live. How about that? Hey, how you doing? It's Robin here, Robin Nolan. And I'm just jumping on live to teach you something really important about Gypsy Jazz soloing. So if you want to know how to get better at Gypsy Jazz soloing, playing all those nice lines through, solo lines through these Gypsy Jazz standards, then stay tuned. This is going to be a really important lesson for you. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips to get through these changes so you can build solos. Now, if you want extra help with any of this, then there's a link in the description. And go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. There's a whole community of players there. I help them. There's courses, there's live sessions, guest teachers. It's too much. So if you want help with all this Gypsy Jazz stuff, go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. Okay, this is a link in the description. Now, welcome everybody. People are joining from all over the world. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you what to do to get better at soloing. So how to improve your soloing in Gypsy Jazz. I'm going to teach you the one thing you need to do every day. And my job is to make this more simple, okay? So I'm not going to throw loads of complicated things. I'm going to show you the simple way to do. Welcome Walter from Italy. Adrian Green's in the house. People are joining from all over the world. My name's Robin. I'm in the kitchen in Amsterdam. So what you need to do, okay? And this is part of my system, okay? This is really fancy. This is my simplified system of the Robin Nolan how to get good at Gypsy Jazz guitar system. There's 3 things you need to get good at: rhythm, soloing, and you got to learn the tunes, right? You got to learn a few tunes. In the last video, we looked at rhythm, the one thing you had to do. Practice with a metronome. Number 2, we're looking at soloing in this session. And guess what you have to do every day if you're actually going to be good at soloing in Gypsy Jazz is practice playing over chord changes. Wow, practice playing over chord changes. So if you practice playing actually over chord changes. Welcome Kevin from the Heatwave in Australia. Welcome. Keep it cool. Adrian Green is from Cornwall. Lots of love to you. David is in Australia as well in the heat wave. Wow, hope you guys are keeping cool. This is what you need to do every day to improve your Gypsy Jazz soloing, okay? Take 2 chords, right? Don't even try to practice over the whole tune you want to solo over. Isolate a couple of chords and focus in on them. In this example today, we're going to look at C major, the first 2 chords in All of Me, right? So say you want to get better at soloing over All of Me, and you want to kind of focus in on each little change, then take the first 2 chords, which is C major, second chord is E7, right? So even forget about the rest at this point, and just think about 2 bars of C major, 2 bars of E7. And then what you want to do is get your phone and record those chords into your phone, just going 2 bars of each one, right? This is what you recorded. So really exciting. This is just going to help you, right? So 2 bars of E7, and then repeat it. C major, 2 bars, right? This is what you should record into your phone. Welcome, Bach. Welcome. I think you're in the States. Welcome. Okay, so 2 bars of C, 2 bars of E7. That's what we're focusing in on. And then there's loads of ways to solos, right? You can use licks, you can use scales and arpeggios, you can use guide tones, target notes, modes, licks, all sorts of really cool stuff. But in this video, I'm just going to show you how I would do it just with scales, okay? One example. So, by the way, if you want help with any of this Gypsy Jazz stuff, then go to the gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com, right? That's where I can help you personally. You'll join the community. There's all my best step-by-step courses to learn all this stuff. There's a link in the description. So, right? Digging the scarf. Thanks, Mark. Thanks a lot. This is a scarf. Actually, we just finished the Django Amsterdam festival here, which was just mind-blowing, and also the Amsterdam Breakthrough Retreat. And we had a feast. We had Moses Rosenberg, who was incredible. Paulus Schaefer, Jan Ackerman. We played, there was Dario Napoli, there was Renier Foot from Pigalle 44. It was an amazing weekend. Ian Date was there, and it was really fun. So really inspired by that festival. And if you around next January, come to Amsterdam. It's an amazing event. Okay, back down to business, okay? What are we going to do? We're going to get better at soloing. We want to weave those nice lines through our chord changes, right? And in this example, I'm going to give you really simple 2 bars of C, 2 bars of E7. So the scales, right? One way of learning, okay? Scales. In the Transfusion Club, I go through every single way, but in this video, one way, one scale. And guess what? C major scale works over C major. Wow. Isn't that worth just watching this video just for that? For that? It gets better. Welcome, Joe. Buen dia. C major scale works over C major, okay? So this will help us. Okay, so when the chord's going, right, C major, we know we can use C major, right? Duh, that's really simple, okay? So, but I'm just stating the obvious first, all right? And then when we go to E7, okay, when we go to E7, one scale that works, welcome Jasper, there's many scales. One scale that works is A minor harmonic, so right? Wherever you find that scale, right? Which is kind of simple to think about. So when the chords go in E7, right? If you're thinking in a scaly way, right, which sounds a bit funny, but if you're thinking in a scaly way, you could think, right, A minor, which is, right, you would think A minor, it would just go, but that same scale works over E7. So, okay, so here we go, recap. We know that the C major scale works over C. Wow, who knew that? We know that it works over C, and now we know that the A minor harmonic works over E7. So if we played in a really non-musical way, we would play like this. Remember, it's going all of me, but it's the first 2 bars. Do-dee-do-da-do-da. Right, welcome Antonio. Antonio in the house from Spain. Welcome. Right, welcome Felix. Loads of people watching now from all around the world. So C major, right, it's going to work over C major. When it goes to E7, oh, by the way, don't be scared to click the love heart and send the love, okay? And type in where you're watching from as well. That's really, I love knowing where everyone is. I'm in Amsterdam in the kitchen. Where are you? Okay, so C major. Okay, so now's the big lesson, right? So I've just established that C major works over C, right? Wow. And we established that A minor harmonic works over E7, right? Right? Don's in Louisiana, welcome. So now the trick to making this sound good is to make it sound like music, because if you played, right, that wouldn't sound that great, right? Craig's loving this video from Scotland. Welcome, Craig. Estel's in Michigan. Welcome, Estel. I hope I said that right. Estel. Welcome. Scott is in Canada. Welcome, Scott, East Coast of Canada. Josh Taylor is in. Lots and lots of people are in. C major scale works over C. A minor works over E7. The trick to making it actually sound like music, because that's what we want to do. We're not going to sit there just playing scales and arpeggios, right? We want to make music. We want to actually make meaningful lines which actually affect people emotionally. 2 ways of doing that, right? Many other ways, but 2 ways I'm going to show you in this lesson. First one is that we don't actually have to play the scale anyway. Sorry, I got a bit excited then. But right, first way to make a scale sound musical is not to play it, right? Because we don't actually have to go. Because we play guitar, we can play all the notes in between, and it'll sound actually more kind of jazzy and musical, because we are playing gypsy jazz, right? So we could go. You know, we can fill in all those gaps. Right, whatever. But knowing that C major works over C, right? Welcome Bangladesh in the house. That's fantastic. Imran's in from Bangladesh. That is exotic. I love it. C major. So what you don't want to sound like is just going. Right? You want to add chromatics, right? So therefore, you don't actually have to worry about playing the exact scale. You can just go. Whatever. Fill in the gaps. Be musical. Go with the flow, okay? That's tip number one. And when you go to the E7, the same thing. Welcome from Greece. Janice is in Greece. And Dionysus is in. Welcome, Dio. Welcome. Maestro. So when we get to E7, right, obviously we know the... Right? Yeah, Dennis Paul is in the house. Welcome, mate. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. So we know that A minor harmonic, right, works over E7. But what we don't want it to sound like is go, right? And the same thing goes with this scale is you don't actually have to play the scale. Just kind of know that you're in this kind of A minor area over E7. And then just fill in the gaps. Just go. Play anything. Just know that you can use that A minor harmonic shape, but fill in the gaps, use chromatics. If you want help with any of this gypsy jazz stuff, right, go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com, right? This is the place where I help people, and there's a whole community of guitarists there who are helping each other, and there's my step-by-step courses to help you with the rhythm and the soloing and learn the repertoire. It's an awesome place, gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. Go there and you can get more help, okay? But in the meantime, right, my tip is that, okay, so how do you get good at soloing? What you do with my big fancy system, right? This is T-Board's in the house. Welcome. How do you get good at soloing? Guess what? You play over changes every day, okay? So if you actually practice playing over chord changes every day, then you'll actually get better at soloing. Duh, right? So, and that's what you got to do. So don't just practice, get distracted and practice scales, arpeggios, licks. Actually play over chord changes. Get your phone and then record some chords, whatever you're looking at, and then play over and over those chords, and then you will get better at soloing. So in this example, right, say we're looking at All of Me. We want to get better at soloing, and today we're looking at All of Me. Even within All of Me, just take the first two chords, C major and E7, okay? And then one way of soloing over C major and E7 is playing scales, okay? That's just one way of improvising, whatever you want to call it, soloing. So we know that C major works over C chord, okay? We know that. Welcome, Morris. Morris is in the house. We know that C major works over C, right? Okay. And we know that A minor... We know that A minor harmonic scale works over E7, okay? So we know that. So we could practice the, you know, nice and slow. We could just go. Right? If we want. We could get the scales under our fingers in the first bit of practice to realize that they work over those two chords. But then, welcome, Bernie. The next bit is to make it musical. And one way of making it musical, a scale, welcome Andreas, one way to make it musical is actually not to play the scale, right? Does that make sense? So instead of actually going, you can go, you can actually play chromatics, right? So you can, it's kind of like the glue to the music. You can, welcome Germany, yeah. You can put the glue to make these scales kind of flow a bit better by using chromatics, right? So for both the C major scale and the A minor harmonic scale over E7, use chromatics. Technique number 2 to make the scales actually sound like music. Welcome, Steve from Chesterfield. Chesterfield in the house. The number 2 way to make the scales sound musical is to leave space. Actually leave space. Don't be afraid to stop playing. So it's like if I talk all the time without taking a break and I'm just looking at things, I'm reading comments and I don't, But when I leave space, what I say becomes more powerful and meaningful. And the same with music. So instead of going, instead of playing all the time, don't be afraid to leave gaps, right? Okay, we're just using those scales. So instead of going, right, which just sounds like someone's played a scale over C. Okay. What about if you just went, even that, we left a little bit of gap, a little bit of space, and it made what we played sound better. So try that, okay? Just try and leave gaps in your music. Welcome Richard in the house. Welcome Cinti, Anthony Swing, Lacha Divas. Leave space. So even though the chords are going, right? Right, C to E7, C. Just leave gaps in your lines. You don't have to fill the music all the time. So if you actually Adrian says more powerful. Right, it's true. If you leave gaps, space in the music, what you play. This is a big zero. Thanks, mate. You don't have to watch. Leave gaps in the scales, and also don't even have to play the scale. So play chromatics. Okay. So there's the two tips. Recap. How do you get better at soloing? You practice every day playing over chord changes. Okay. And what chord changes? Well, today I'm giving an example of playing over 2 bars of C major and 2 bars of E7. Welcome Magnus in the house from Sweden. Less is more. Yeah, a lot of people agree. It's like, it definitely suits my personality to kind of leave a bit of music out. Try it yourself. So we're going to practice, in this example, scales over these 2 chords. C major scale over C. A minor harmonic over E7. So, right, this sound obviously works for C. Right, and that sound works over E7. Number 1, we realized that we could use chromatics. So just fill the gaps. So don't even play the scale, but just know where it is. And then you're kind of sliding around the place. Gordon, welcome, mate. You're sliding around. Don't be afraid to step in and out of the scale, and it'll just make playing easier. Because we play guitar, we just have to go like that. It's no big deal. Number 2, leave space. Welcome, Mark. So don't just go all the time, but go bap. Let the rhythm section swing, right? And then you leave gaps. So that's basically the message today, okay? I'm going to jump off, make this real short. This is my really fancy system, right? The Robin Nolan How to Get Good at Gypsy Jazz Guitar system, right? Really fancy. 3 areas we need to get good at. Rhythm. This music's all about the rhythm. Soloing. It's really nice to be able to kind of solo over these changes. And we got to learn the tunes. We've got to learn the repertoire. So in this session, we're looking at how to get better at soloing. And you've got to practice over chord changes every day. Gun to my head, if you had to do one thing every day to get better at soloing, it's practice over actual chord changes, okay? So don't just sit there with a metronome, only playing scales and stuff, but actually play over chord changes. Get your phone, record some, and practice. And I'm showing you the example that you can use over all of me, right? If you're going to play in a scaly way, use scales, then C major will work over C, E7, A minor harmonic will work over E7. Steve says, I've been playing 50 years, Robin. We can never get enough info when we're running out of new playing. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, Morris. By the way, if you want more help, and intonation, if you want more help with all this gypsy jazz stuff, right, it can be intimidating. If you want more help with this music, then go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com, okay? gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. There's a link in the description, and you can go there and get more help. I've got in front of me, right, we got some new members this week, and I'm going to read you what they said. Paul Dillon says, wow, I hadn't been into the Gypsy Jazz Foundation section before. It feels like being a kid in a toy shop where everything is free. Cloud says, thank you so much, Robin, for taking time to listen to my playing and share your comments. This is very valuable. Basically what I do, he sent me a video in the club, and I told him what I thought of it and gave him some constructive criticism. Come in the club and you'll get the same. Morris Mott, who's watching right now, says, thank you for the help, Robin. I'm loving every minute of being a member of the Gypsy Jazz Transfusion Club. This is brilliant. This really keeps me inspired to doing this. Gabriella Pontalti, I'm just reading some comments, says, thank you, Maestro. I'm starting to explore the Transfusion Club site, and it is really incredible. Okay. Howard says, thanks, Robin. I'm learning a lot in the Transfusion Club. Marvin Sobleski says, fantastic session, made just all really positive stuff. Okay, so there's a link in the description. Click that and you'll see what it's all about. Okay, so come and join us at the club. It's the way to go without the distractions of social media. Okay, you can get some, and I'm talking about if you play 5 or 10 minutes a day using what I'm teaching, okay, in the club, you will improve very quickly. So that's it. I'm going to jump off. Go to gypsyjazztransfusionclub.com. When you play scales over music, use chromatics and leave gaps. Someone's drilling upstairs. Play chromatics, okay? Number 2, don't be afraid to leave space. Try those 2 things when you're playing. And most of all, put your heart into it and have a lot of fun. So lots of love from the Nolans. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.